Welcome back to Zone 3A Container Garden in an industrial area. It is July 1st. Happy Canada Day. Let's get the update started. Here we have the eggplant bed, which is quickly becoming ungovernable. The yellow flowers there are from a bok choy that rerooted after I pulled it out. We also have some onions thrown in here and over there, and some leeks down there. I may not do eggplant again next year if these don't do anything, because I don't need eggplant, and no one ate the ones that grew last year. Peas are starting to produce peas. Leeks still look small, but trust me, they'll be fine. Marigolds for your viewing pleasure. Onions, doing great. Not much to say. I went around and I dug the dirt out from around them. I'll have to do it probably one more time. You gotta do that to get big bulby onions. Otherwise they won't bulb properly. I learned that from Nancy and Hollis. What was this? Super Chili Hybrid. All right, here's a lesson in weeds. Anything you didn't plant is a weed. I planted this. That is a cabbage. I did not plant this. This is a weed. I planted this. This is an onion. I did not plant this. This is a weed. Technically it's clover. I planted this. This is a pepper. I did not plant this. This is a weed. I did not plant this, but that is a seed. That was from last year, the mustard plant. Giant red mustard, I believe it was called. Anyway, it's a volunteer. I left it. I planted this. This is a celery. I did not plant this. This is a weed. I planted this. I did not plant this. I did not plant this. I planted this. That's how you know what's a weed and what's not a weed. Alright, celery bed. Doing fine. As you can see, the celery are coming along. They're only about, I don't know, 4 inches high. Peas in the back. Where's the pea at? There's pea. There's pea. Finally. Carrots. 2 types of carrots here. They're doing great. Nothing left to say. Disappointing peppers. Shallots. You can see here. These are weeds. I did not plant those. This is what I call the weed bed. You can see I got all kinds of Johnny Jump Ups planted. I planted those from seed. I got a couple types of poppies going on here. So they're doing all right. Potatoes, potatoes, potatoes. This one here is Yukon Gold potatoes. I seem to remember this happening last year. If anyone knows what that is, let me know. I can't remember if it happened to the Yukon Gold potatoes last year or what. It's not lack of water. Anyway, it's just on the Yukon Golds for now. More potatoes, house plants, disappointing peppers, tomatoes. Remember to take the suckers off your tomatoes. If you want to know what that looks like, this right here is a sucker. So you gotta come in and take that off. Just like that. Now I have a big one over here I didn't notice. So this here, see, this is the main stem right here. This is the sucker. It's got to come off. Just like that. I mean, I could have cut the main stem and the sucker would have became the main stem, but it's not what we're doing here. This one here, I have one too. But we're cutting the main stem off this one, I think, because it's going the opposite way of the line. Or should I just leave it and bring it back? Yeah, let's leave it and bring it back. See how that works out for me. Just like that. Cut your suckers. Anyway, tomatoes are doing fine. How you liking the roller coaster ride so far? Corn, doing great. Not much to say about the corn, it's doing awesome. Sweet Laurentian rutabagas I want to uncover, but every time I look there's flea beetles on the net, and that's what I'm trying to protect them from. So I'm gonna find a flea beetle. Oh, there's none right there right now. Wait. Nope. They're little tiny shiny beetles. They look like fleas. Hence the name. Cabbages, can't uncover those. Saw a bunch of cabbage moths flying around. Onions, doing fine. Hanging tomatoes, doing fine. Very small, those Cherry Falls tomato plants. Garlic, I believe I've cut off all the garlic scapes. So now it's just waiting for them to mature. I'm told it's when the bottom 3 leaves turn brown. Carrots. More hanging tomato baskets. Roma tomatoes down there. All the tomatoes seem to be doing good since I put trays under all of them. So they all have a constant supply of water, even on the hottest days. These are red onions, doing fine. You can see I went around and wrung these in as well. These are the purple tomatoes. What are they called again? Indigo rose. You see how the even the plants are purple on these ones. And these are the other purple ones, but you can see the plants in these are green like normal. Dill. Tomato. Savory. Basil. Savory. I can't grow rosemary. More hanging tomatoes. I pulled the broccoli and planted cylindrica beets, the long cylindrical ones. Cucumbers, doing fine. See that one in the back starting to fill out. I know they look small, they'll take over pretty soon. Same thing, cucumbers. More tomatoes. These are those Chilean beans. I can't remember what the name is. More cucumbers in the back behind the trellis. I'm lucky the squash on this one are all mostly going the right way. So this one here has come right towards the trellis, so I'm gonna put that up over it. This one here is coming towards the trellis. This one here is going off on its own, but I'm turning it back towards the trellis. And if you look in the back, that one's going up the trellis, that one's going up the trellis, and that one's going up the trellis. So that'll look nice. These squash have not started vining yet. These pumpkins have started vining. They're all going off on their own. This guy's working for himself here, going across the patch, but whatever. We'll get them out and over and populating the area. Get some hanging baskets. And you can see the jack-o'-lantern pumpkins are already coming out. This one coming out this side. And I went and threw, I had extras, so I threw extra pumpkins down there, one over there. I don't know if they'll do any good in the ground, but if they produce a couple flowers, it'll help the pollination rates of the other bigger plants. That's pumpkin. Extra corn, just growing that for corn stalks because I don't think it's going to produce anything. Might not even produce a good stalk, might be too short. I think that's pumpkin, I don't know. That's a squash, threw that in. That's a squash. And these three are squash as well. Same thing, I don't know if they're going to do anything, but at least the flowers will help. But yeah, that's Zone 3A container garden in an industrial area. July 1st, 2022.